in the opulent ballroom of the Riverside Grand Hotel, where crystal chandeliers cast a deceptive glow over polished silverware and starched linens. I stood frozen amid the murmur of 200 colleagues. 40 years at Apex Innovations had taught me to read every glitch in the system, every flicker in a boardroom negotiation. But nothing prepared me for this. My son, Ethan, microphone in hand, his tailored suit screaming newfound confidence, announced it like a victory toast. "Dad's always preached putting family first," he said, his voice smooth as silk, champagne flute glinting under the lights. So when this prime real estate flip came knocking, we knew he'd back us up with his retirement nest egg. The room went deathly quiet. Forks pausing midair, waitstaff halting their circuits like frozen code. My wife, Linda, gripped my arm under the tablecloth, her nails digging in, a silent plea amid the rising storm. I kept my face stone still, years of debugging crises holding my mask in place, even as my gut twisted like a corrupted file. Behind Ethan, his wife Brooke beamed that rehearsed suburban smile, their picture-perfect unit rounded out by my grandkids, noses buried in glowing screens, oblivious to the fracture lines spreading. But my eyes locked on Michael Stanton, Apex's CEO, at the head table, his expression unreadable, a mix of calculation and something darker, like he'd been waiting for this reveal. "To family bonds and bold ventures," Ethan proclaimed, lifting his glass higher. Scattered claps echoed awkwardly, whispers slicing through. Did he just say he took his old man's pension? Is that even legal? Poor Richard. Just hours earlier, I'd been in my corner office, boxing up 4 decades of triumphs, blueprints from our first software launch, faded photos of team breakthroughs. My retirement package was ironclad, $2.1 million in pension funds, vested stocks from the day we went public. I'd guarded it like proprietary code. Ethan had dropped by as I packed, probing with odd questions about disbursement dates. Red flags waved. But after a string of flops, a failed tech startup, a vaporware gadget line, I still clung to that paternal blind spot. "One last favor, Dad," he'd said, lingering in the doorway like a shadow. "You'll have my back at the party when I drop the news. Right?" "What news?" His grin flashed. "The one that always heralded chaos. Trust me, it's a game changer. Trust me." Those words had already drained $50,000 for his app that fizzled. Another $90,000 on a drone delivery pipe dream. But this was my firewall. My endpoint security. Or so I believed. Now, watching him preen at the podium in threads likely charged to my card, I discreetly checked my banking app under the table. The alert hit like a system crash. Transfer initiated. $2.1 million to an unfamiliar account. Ethan's smile widened as if he sensed my discovery. "Ethan," I murmured, my voice cutting the hush like a debug command. "What have you done?" He turned. All charm. "Dad, family sticks together. Brooke and I spotted this killer property deal in Silicon Valley, flipping tech campuses. Needed seed money. Our buddy Derek's running point. He's a wizard with investments." Derek, the same ghost who'd vanished after Ethan's last 2 scams, leaving investors high and dry. Linda's face paled beside me. Our dreams of quiet drives through New England foliage, winters in Arizona sun, dissolving into digital dust. That's when Michael Stanton rose, adjusting his cufflinks with deliberate precision. "Before we dive deeper into this tale of familial finance," he said, his tone slicing the air, "let's clarify ownership at Apex." Ethan's poise cracked. "This is private, Mr. Stanton." "Hardly," Michael replied, phone in hand. "Richard isn't just our departing chief engineer." "Care to elaborate?" "Richard. Or shall I?" I nodded, a cold clarity washing over me. This was why Michael had personally overseen my exit package, delaying the real transfer until post-party. Tell us what? Ethan snapped. Sweat beading. I stood. 40 years of silent vigilance straightening my frame. About the equity stake I secured back in '92, I said softly. Making me Apex's third largest individual shareholder. Gasps rippled. Ethan's glass shook. Dad. You're joking. Michael's smile was sharp as a blade. Perhaps we relocate this chat to corporate security. They'd love details on pension tampering. As hotel guards materialized at the exits, Ethan's color drained. He'd orchestrated it flawlessly, the public stage, the emotional leverage. The funds already moved. What he missed was my layered defenses, built from years of watching his patterns erode our bonds. The security suite at the Riverside was all mahogany panels and executive armchairs, meant for calm resolutions. No calm here. Ethan slumped. Head bowed, Brooke scrolled frantically, likely pinging Derek into the void. Michael paced by the window while Apex guards pored over logs on their devices. Access at 3:15 p.m. via Richard Hayes' credentials, one reported. Ethan flinched. How'd you snag my login? Son, your old journal, he muttered. In your desk. All your codes there. The decoy ledger I'd seeded with obsolete keys after his gadget debacle exposed his dipping into my savings. Michael nodded to me. Show them. I fired up my tablet, revealing the true ledger. The pension never budged from Apex vaults. You hit a decoy grid, our breach simulator. Ethan's eyes widened. What? Honeypot, the guard explained. Fake success. Traps the intruder. Funds phantom. Brooke froze mid-text. So Derek didn't get the cash? Derek's ghosting. Isn't he? I asked. Voice low. Silence confirmed it. Ethan hadn't just tried to gut my future, he'd sprung a trap I'd laid for threats like him. Here's the play, Michael commanded. Detail the scheme, including Derek's full ID and any partners. Dad, Ethan pleaded. I raised a hand. Steel in my gaze. No more bailouts. Michael pressed, we're filing charges. Pension frauds, federal territory. FBI's en route. Brooke sobbed. The kids, what about them? Should have factored that before felony, the guard retorted. My phone vibrated. Linda, call Evelyn, our attorney. Cleanup crew for Ethan's past messes. No, I texted. Ends here. Ethan caught the exchange. Dad, we can settle. Installments. With what? The startup ghost funds? The drone debacle cash? No retort. Just defeat. Michael tallied, over $520,000 in loans documented, plus this $2.1 million grab. Patterns clear. A knock, Agent Laura Chin. FBI white-collar unit. Strode in with her team. I'd crossed paths at compliance workshops, another overlooked detail. Mr. Hayes, she acknowledged. Walk us through the breach. Ethan bolted up. Dad. Stop this. I'm blood. Yes, I agreed. Ache twisting. Which is why it halts now. Before you drag more down. As interviews unfolded, Michael pulled me aside. Most bury this family dirt. I watched Ethan detail his deceptions. Years of erosion laid bare, enabling ruts deeper than exposure. Michael's brow lifted at my equity docs. These vested shares. You're a powerhouse holder. Quiet eyes see far, I said. That decoy caught 4 other internal probes this quarter, as agents cuffed Ethan and Brooke, leading them out. My phone pinged Linda with the grandkids safe at her brother's. You holding? She asked. 40 years of safeguards. Finally shielding what mattered. Yes, I replied. Truly. Dawn broke over Apex HQ. My office swarming with suits. Counsel. And feds. Headlines screamed, Apex pension heist foiled, family ties snap. Ethan's gala grin splashed beside Brooks, a stark contrast to their mugshots. Linked to 7 statewide scams, Agent Chin spread files. Your boy's pal Derek, alias Dylan Reeves, preyed on retirees via kin. Ethan was next in line, targeting 2 more Apex vets. Michael eyed protesters outside, secure our savings, banners waving. WSJ's on it, familial exploitation angle. I nodded, recalling endless emergencies, each lone a step toward this abyss. I'd rationalized as aid, reality was fuel for his fall. Phone lit. Prison text from Ethan. Dad. 20 years looming. Fix this. Showed Chin. With multi-state ops? He's sunk. Brooke might flip for leniency. The grandkids? Protective Services suggests your brothers for now. You and Linda could claim custody. Solid standing. Another buzz. Linda. Brooke's folks blame us. Say we enabled. Irony stung. Michael cleared. Board convenes soon. Your equity? They want you seated. Fortifying anti-fraud. I eyed my half-packed boxes. Thought I was out. Delay it. Your insight's gold now. Chin chimed. Your protocols could model nationwide prevention. Phone again. A victim from Dylan's prior hit. A nurse who'd nearly lost $280,000. Your trap saved us. Bless you. Ethan's pleas echoed. But I envisioned the grandkids. Spared his cycle. Board time? 1 p.m. Overhaul announcement. Beefed monitoring. Kin alert systems. I queued my overnight draft, a forensic breakdown of Ethan's breach. Vulnerabilities patched. Add this. Chin peered, all night. Years in making. Every favor logged. Patterns ignored too long. Office line rang, prison. Voicemail. They'll guilt trip, Chin warned. Blood's their lever. Truth's mine. I gathered docs. One caveat for board, go public. Industry-wide share. No more veiled fraud. Risk stock dip, Michael cautioned. Shows spine, I countered. What Ethan never grasped. Chin nodded, we'll link cyber units. As they exited, I dismantled the family portrait, Ethan's grad day. Pre-scams, Brooks' vows. Pre-complicity, grandkids' innocence. Into the box. Focus shifted. Grandkids needed truth's foundation. Not illusion's quicksand. Linda texted, custody filing tomorrow? 40 years shielding code. Time to shield kin. Ready, I replied. For real legacy. 1 year on. I keynote the Pension Integrity Summit. Screen blazing our betrayal-born beast, the KinGuard Alliance. Shielding 250 firms coast to coast. In 12 months, I opened. We've thwarted 51 kin-linked heists. Safeguarding $62 million in futures. 44 via family. Attendees, execs. Regulators, jotted furiously. Front row. Michael and Chin nodded. But numbers mask the marrow, choosing candor over cover-up. Vigilance over indulgence. Reckoning over hush. Pocket buzz. Ethan's prison line. He'd drawn 22 years post-trial. Full web unraveled. Brooks' testimony netted her 7. Exposing tendrils. Hardest? Not the build, admitting kin is peril. Post-talk. Stories flooded. A VP's sister siphoning funds. A principal's cousin eyeing annuities. Patterns mirrored. Leverage love. Bet on silence. Michael cornered me. FTC mandates your framework federally. All core comply by 28. Solid. Ethan's appeal letter begged testimony for reduction. Family overrides law? No. Visited? Michael asked. No. Therapy says solo reform's key. Buzz, Linda's pick, grandkids at robotics club. Beaming with trophies. Scars fading. Resilient, Chin said. Glancing. Core win. They query parents. I confessed. Truth heals, she affirmed. Summit wrapped on frameworks. But my close pivoted. We guard more than vaults, families from self-sabotage. Each block's a redemption seed. Hotel solitude. Ethan's missive. Dad. Flip on Dylan, cut my time. Blood calls. Laptop open to summit slides. 92% thwarts from kin tips. Prison call. I answered. Dad. Despair raw. Letter? Deal? Testified already on ops. Not you. Silence. But. Reduction. Your term holds. Heel inside. Hang up. City Vista gleamed. Linda. Kids await dinner. Sarah's art show. Second shots. Forged right. En route. Pizza night. Summit notes capped. Ultimate kin shield. Unflinching truth. Retirement rerouted, not beaches. But barriers, not kin feasts. But safeguarding strangers from kin like mine. Grandkids photo anchored, worth every fracture. Every firm stand.